Hi, this is David Lowery from Cracker, and I'll be in the hang. Actually, it's just a place that's close to Los Angeles for us to, it's not that close, but it's a place close to Los Angeles for us to come in and rehearse and hang out, and we can drive into LA when we need to. Cracker's a band, but, you know, I mean, me and Johnny hold it sort of between the two of us so that, like, you know, if somebody wants to go and leave and go and do their own thing or whatever like that, you know, we don't have to change the name or anything like that. That was the idea, you know, and that way we get to play with people that, you know, they might have their own thing going on. They don't just have to be the drummer in Cracker or the bass player. The main thing we did, as far as the record went, is we just started working on all of these songs, and the ones that intrigued us the most, mainly the ones that had the strongest flavor and the strongest character, we sort of began to pursue those, and just we wanted to take those as far as they would go. So sort of in that way, we sort of have the most extreme sort of examples of any different kind of song that we do on this record. There's some ironies, there's a few meanings to why few reasons why we chose the name The Golden Age. The first of which is ironic in that we, you know, our last record was like our first gold record, so everything that follows is the Golden Age, so we thought that was kind of funny. Well, I'm 35 now, and so a lot of people, in a way, probably think I'm talking about like a lot of these younger bands. But no, I'm not. I don't really hate my generation, but it certainly is an outrageous thing to say, and it felt like it needed to be said right now. And so I really wanted, you know, those were just the words I came up with to the song in 5 minutes. And so anything that I say about this is going to be kind of revisionist, because it's going to be like after the fact. But I think I was just kind of pissed off at everybody being pissed off. So we thought in a way, that if we said I hate my generation, now that I've said it, I feel liberated. That's happy to me. And this is basically a happy song, you see. Some of the stuff I know is just like way too weird for Middle America, like 100 Flower Power Maximum or Dixie Babylon or something like that. That just seems too weird for Middle America. But a lot of times what I think is weird, other people think is really normal. And the stuff that I think is normal, people are like, oh, this song's kind of creepy or something. This Living Hand is the name of the band. From Oxford, Mississippi. I think they're really interesting. Really Southern Gothic, really slow, mellow music. A lot of people compare them like Sunvolt, Jayhawks, Wilco and stuff, but they're totally, that's more Midwestern. This is very Southern. I like them. Yeah, I've actually looked at the Cracker sites on the internet. They're, actually, you know, I only know 2 of them. There's just like isn't there a little piece on a Virgin thing, and then there's that guy, there's some kid at a university who's had one for a really long time. I send all this, we send all of our just like press and stuff to this kid at the university stuff, and he just picks stuff out of it. I like playing music. It's the easiest thing to do.
Pioneer Town is a place that we've been coming to visit since we were in our teens and early 20s, and it has special meaning for us. David and I both grew up as sort of military sons and never lived in one place more than a year or so, and this is probably the only place in a sense that has some sort of meaning to us as far as any kind of home. We met each other here around 1980 and became friends then. It's strange. David and I didn't really set out to have a rotating roster of players in this band. It just sort of worked out that way. We put the band together just after the demise of Camper Van Beethoven. And it started off with just the two of us, and we packed everything into David's station wagon. We moved to Richmond, Virginia, and we made our original demo tapes with David and I playing all the instruments. David and I both play some synthesizer on this one, which, once again, Cracker hopelessly out of sync with what's going on with music, but I think it worked, and I think it worked to our benefit. We arrived at the sound for each song that each song wanted. Whether that meant taking a guitar amplifier and banging it against a wall and recording the sound of that, or using a 15-piece string section and spending a week or two on some songs. I think this sort of loose concept of the Golden Age sort of came into being somewhere at the tail end of touring for our last album. We were in Europe and waxing philosophical about civilizations on the decline, and how often throughout history that seems to be the most fruitful time for the arts for some strange reason, when a society is at a point where it's probably pretty close to collapse, but it's not aware. Hate is honest, and I think it's a sort of a universal theme. I think at any given time, people in any age bracket feel a sense of alienation and disgust with their so-called peers. Why not just get on with it and just yell it, just scream it? The weird aspects of Cracker. Our audience is pretty weird. I'm proud to say we have a pretty diverse audience. I mean, I take great delight in going out and talking to people after our live shows, and I meet teenage fans with blue hair and you know, many body piercings, and the next moment I'm discussing the history of world crime with a professor who is just as hardcore a Cracker fan as you know, the blue hair guy. What's in my CD player right now? The soundtrack to Paris, Texas, new Everclear record. I like that one. I like P.J. Harvey, and just about any Bob Dylan. Well, I don't have a CD-ROM yet. Being on the road so much, I've got a 520C Mac, and it serves me pretty well. But I like to upgrade just a bit of imagery, so I'm going to try to do that. Maybe you guys can help me out with a good portable CD-ROM I could put on that laptop. I have a sort of an internalized glee that I'm sort of getting away with something and making a good living at it. I'm doing what I would have been doing anyway, whether I was making a living at it or not. I used to cut hair for the deceased. It was the last job I had pre-Cracker, so interesting job. Yeah, I'm having a really good time doing what I'm doing. No plans of stopping.